May 2, 2009, Las Vegas, Nevada. All sports fans were glued to their TV screens and monitors as Ricky Hatton and Manny Pacquiao met at the legendary MGM Grand Arena. The IBO belt was at stake, but these two had long outgrown the level when titles play a primary role. And already in the second round, many that night were asking how? How did this little Filipino manage to knock down the Brits so easily, just by hitting the lower jaw accurately? Ricky instantly lost consciousness and naturally couldn't get up, moving away from the euphoria and spectacular knockout. Fans of this sport wondered why a blow to the lower jaw leads to a deep knockout. Someone started talking about some mysterious point that needs to be hit. Others insisted that the Briton, to use the fighter's slang, had already been punched by Floyd Mayweather, while others claimed that Hatton simply needed to work on his jaw. So who is right? And does this miracle point exist? Let's try to figure it out. Boxers, mixed martial arts fighters, and representatives of other contact sports know well that taking a hit to the chin can literally knock you on your backside without even feeling pain. Taking such a hit can completely knock you out for a while. That is, a precise hit, even not very strong, can sometimes provoke a knockdown and even a knockout. But why does this happen? But more on that later. But for now, I want to tell you how easy it is to boost your intellect, broaden your horizons, and improve your brain's cognitive abilities, all for free and in a game mode. All you need to do is download the RoboQuiz app. As you play, the artificial intelligence will study your knowledge gaps and select the most tricky questions from a variety of fields. Moreover, you can play even without the internet. In addition, funny and amusing jokes from Robok will cheer you up every time. Become smarter every day, discovering new facts from more than 20 categories and achieve a brilliant victory over artificial intelligence. Also, in the latest update, new bonuses were added to RoboQuiz for players. There are really more gifts now, according to artificial intelligence, about 3 times as many. In addition, new categories have appeared in the app, travel, car brands, fashion, and architecture. So download RoboQuiz right now from the link in the description and get 1,000 extra experience points to progress faster and unlock new categories. And for those who have already installed the app, the gift will also be available. To do this, update the game to the latest version and follow the same link from the description. RoboQuiz, show the artificial intelligence who's the boss here. We all remember Archimedes well, when he said that with the right fulcrum, he could turn the world upside down. With a fulcrum and a long lever, you can move huge objects. And the bigger this lever is, the less effort will be needed. The fact is that the brain is located in the upper part of the skull, and the chin is diametrically opposite, essentially being that very lever that can greatly enhance the impact. A blow to the lower jaw leads to a sharp displacement of the skull and stretching of the brain membranes. Then the brain itself moves by inertia and hits the bone structures of the skull. In addition, a blow to the chin shakes the occiput, where the head is attached to the neck and where the main control center for muscle tone coordination, the brainstem and cerebellum, is located. But that's not all yet. The lower jaw at its attachment point is located near the ear, and the inner ear, as is known, is also an organ of balance. As a result, a person passes out not because of injury, but due to a sudden overload and disruption of the main coordination centers. Many professionals believe that the most vulnerable area is the entire lower jaw, not taking into account the temporal lobe of the head, but we'll talk about it in another video. So, if we draw an abstract vertical line down from the corner of the mouth, we will find that very winning point. And in principle, many knockouts confirm this thought, although there weren't that many of them. In a similar place, as in the case of the final blow to Kiyao Hatton, mixed martial arts fighter Quinton Jackson also hit, instantly sending Wanderlei Silva's brain for a long reboot. The Brazilian regained his senses after a few minutes. But no matter how scary it looks when fighters lie motionless and look through the ceiling, such a knockout is considered one of the safest. Professional cutman Dmitry Luchnikov says this. Direct quote, "In boxing, concussions happen very often, and when it comes to fatalities, it's not all that clear-cut. For example, a boxer had several sparring sessions taking hits from an opponent in a different weight class. When he stepped into the ring, he was knocked out. As a result, he died from a brain hemorrhage, but not in the ring, in the hospital. At the World Boxing Council convention, which was attended by neurosurgeons and other specialists in this field, boxing was recognized as a dangerous sport, but with a number of nuances. One of the dangers to the brain lies in the choice of equipment. Many believe that if you choose the safest gloves, the punches won't be as traumatic. But most knockouts occur not from blows to the head, but after a precise hit to the jaw. This is the least harmful punch for the brain, because a sharp impulse goes to the brain through the nerve endings, there is a flash, and the boxer ends up in a knockout. It's much more harmful for the brain when an athlete takes many blows to the head. It's better to take one punch to the jaw than to take numerous blows throughout the fight. Attention, now the question arises, is it still possible to stand after such a blow? Well then, let's find out. In boxing and MMA, there is such a concept as a glass chin. Often such chins are attributed by fans to some fighters who can't take a punch. And to this day, there are many debates about this. Some say that the fighter is already beaten. Others believe it's all about genetics and physiological characteristics of a particular person. But the current boxing star, Mexican Saul Alvarez, believes that the jaw needs to be trained, just like the neck. Canelo, as fans affectionately call their favorite, strengthens his jaw by lifting towels with kettlebells. I work with weight, lifting it with my mouth to strengthen my neck and jaw. This way I know that even if I miss a punch, it will still be hard to knock me out. Professional catman Dmitry Luchnikov, on the other hand, leans more towards the opinion about physiology. It's a physiological feature. Let's say, if little attention is paid to the vestibular apparatus during training. We practice special exercises in our gym. Guys raise their finger up, look at it, and spin for a minute. And after that, they start shadow boxing or pair up, fighting dizziness and adapting their brain. If this was not given much attention in childhood, then a person can really take a hit poorly. But this can be trained. You just need to do more rotational movements like acrobats or gymnasts. By the way, they have a strong head because the guy is adapted to this. Luchnikov is favored due to the Diaz brothers' impregnability. Nate and Nick are not gifted with a powerful body, a wide neck, and trapezius. They do not pump their jaw like Saul Alvarez, and at the same time they take a hit well for a couple of decades. In the world of MMA, even legends are made about their impregnable jaws. The only exception is one fight of the younger brother, but it should be said that they didn't knock him out. It is believed that pumped jaw muscles can only save the bone from fracture, but not from a knockout. A prime example is the fighter Melvin Manhoef. He significantly surpasses the Diaz brothers in physique, don't you agree? Only his muscles and pumped up neck and jaw didn't really save him in many fights, as in this case. A precise hit to that very spot from Alexander Shlemenko and good night. That's why coaches advise to develop the vestibular apparatus, which will help to stay on your feet even in a flurry of missed blows and to realize where you are now. The physics of a blow to the lower jaw is still not thoroughly studied, but in any case, as professional boxers advise, there is nothing better than keeping your hands up and your chin tucked into your chest.